Ambazonians will go down in America. That one is not lie. Ambazonians will go down. This audio, I've said it very, very well, and I will bring out the point. Ambazonians, some of them will go down because of their foolishness. So all people who think they know everything, they will go down because of their foolishness.
They sexually molested me, gendarmes, female gendarmes. To be sexually molested by female gendarmes and survive. For gendarmes to play with your private, to take your penis and take it like a game. Like they were playing Ludo and survive. It is too much.
Female gendarme, not the gendarme than that. Jesus. Even me, I want the molestation. Me, I want the torture now. The next time I come Cameroon, I will just go find some female gendarme, conky for head. Tell it, say, make it arrest me. And make it give me the same molestation where Ebenezer Akwanga be experienced. Female gendarmes. Jesus. Now they make them, I want to be arrested. If now so they arrest all man, they give them molestation, then I want to be arrested like how Mark Barretta be talk and say what he.
Listen, I thought I was kidnapped, but once I saw, say, please, kidnap me more. Kidnap me more.
Yes, kidnap me more. Una kidnap me more. I know sir at the talk, at the laugh and at the jest. But these things are very serious. This idiot where they talk, Ebenezer Akwanga, he don't know the torture where he armed terrorists, the way they don't unleash them onto the Anglophone community. He don't know which way the Anglophone civilian population they go through. Just one, Madame Ayafo Florence. I don't think say this idiot, he don't ever can talk about which way they do for Madame Ayafo Florence. I don't recall. Say he don't ever can mention them. He talks say female gendarme they play with the penis. That one I ye own where he want talk about. What about the terrorists they wanna unleash them onto the Anglophone community and they behead human beings them? Where to be even sexual molestation compared to the torture, the molestation, and then murder, and then beheading. Even in this broadcast we come off a talk, it talks say the so-called mountain lions na them kill ye so-called General Opopo when Amba versus Amba. But that is not a problem. And at the same kind warped thinking this way what people they get on, where they be so disingenuous. Person go complain, say gendarme collected 500 for road. And then time where Amba terrorist, a kidnapped person collect 1 million, it's not quiet.
But we have people who have gone there and come back and tell us good stories. Listen, I thought I was kidnapped, but once I saw, say, please, kidnap me more. Kidnap me more. So this is the white man word. White man come with language, kidnapping. Kidnapping. It's that you do wrong and we arrest you, you say we kidnap. No! The arrest! We are not arresting you temporarily. Temporarily arrest. Then we leave you. So we understand the kind of kidnapping is very negative. You know, our enablers use the word kidnapping. It's not kidnapping. They arrest you temporarily to beg you for money that people need to feed because they need to survive. They need to survive. Taking them to so that they can give money. I can't call it kidnapping. Just taking them. Please come and give money so that they survive. We have people that have been taken. They go to an Amba camp. They can say, hey, they come and say, mommy, I saw these boys in their camp, what they eat, how they live. Listen, we've had successful stories of people who claim that they have been kidnapped. When they went to an Amba camp, they came back, they changed because they saw the condition in which these fighters were living. They saw the food that they were eating. Fight and live a chop. You did not chop, you don't feel run. You don't chop, you egg on the tonsil. You don't chop, you don't feel fight. Listen, I'm a realist. I believe in reality. That's why I always give my opinion. Point, I believe in reality.
But poorly shit no wife last them. You don't even know that left and right. They radicalize you, the lele, alien divided, we born Cameroon flag. You know what that thing do for Cameroon, you them. Because wait, they begin to look at that level of that man say, no, this man na a blended man. This man be a light to be exposed. He got the born Cameroon flag. You know what it costs for the youth of Cameroonians. You know how many picking them they radicalize for do that very act way do. They do an act of ignorance and stupidity. Because wait, they look so their big brother do something. Small pikin, the learner from big man. Small pikin get knowledge for where is smart pass you, IQ. He be fast for cash something. If you look some people like 3 times, you don't know him. But see small pikin, as he turns so you see him, it is stick for head. So you as a leader, as a big man, you get for duty. You go the born Cameroon flag. You put down for air, take Cameroon rack, put down for air, and then you want to make Cameroon go make a dialogue with shit no white blacks like you. You stand for front video camera. You hold AK-47. You talk say now you own this group of terrorists. Then now you create them. Any people who go school go cut in hand. Any people who do the one, and they tell the very government after they radicalize the picking them for forest. You see, I'm saying it don't be difficult for you for de-radicalize them. You run like half of government say I don't surrender. I bet dialogue with them so that you will give me position. So it means say you don't plan your life fine. You radicalize people that are picking they put on forest, maybe they go die. You abandon them, then you turn. You come in, you come for government, say, government, I don't surrender, make dialogue. May you see benefit. When you don't pass you for de-radicalize picking them for forest. You abandon them. After they don't carry them, make them enter for bush. You abandon them. You abandon that picking them for bush. You talk about dialogue. How that dialogue? You go do consent picking again at first school, never get first school, spell in him. Tell me how that dialogue go understand with he. He go do it. How that dialogue profit tank over bush will kill people. Anglophone killing Anglophone.
All of these people, them, Rebecca Tinsley, T-Bone Nagy, them, the United States Senate, and all of those people, they follow our page, the American Embassy for Cameroon, the British High Commission. All of those people, them, they want to find out any information. They follow our Facebook page, they follow with our website, they follow all the information we will put them. And when I not forget, I get direct communication with the people, the way they autontone them, the people that they get the powers for pay for Yaoundé. Okay? And they send all of this evidence to them. And they pass them on to the international community. For example, now the same people in this, where they want the sympathy of the international community. In your own words, when I listen.
This is the moment to confiscate anything and everything United Nations has on the ground in our territory. Every United Nations official or piece of equipment that is seen moving or standing anywhere in Ambazonia must be hurriedly, and I mean hurriedly, confiscated.
When I don't hear no, now Chris Anu that the talk, no be me. They attack the United Nations. Okay, now talking about atrocities them on the ground. When I listen to this one.
No Southern Cameroonian, particularly a fighter on the ground. When you are fighting, please keep aside anything called international convention that might come after you tomorrow. When you are fighting, keep aside anything called international convention that you think might come after you tomorrow. If it is to kill a Republican citizen and even kill pregnant women, let them be 1 million. Kill them. That is what is going to cause the international community not to be sending diplomatic envoys across. They will send soldiers down there to cause a buffer zone between the Southern Cameroon people and Lapo Cameroon. If it is to massacre them for a day, 50,000, do just that. That is what is going to attract international attention and action. Never you guys be afraid of any damn thing called international conventions or Geneva, whatever convention. Don't keep that behind your memory. Do the job that will free you and stop thinking of a certain convention elsewhere. You were never a signatory to that convention, like the Southern Cameroon people were never a signatory to that convention, and that those conventions got nothing to do with any Southern Cameroonian. I hear.
So my country people them when I hear now me I talk no, not them. In your own words, they openly advocate for genocide, for atrocities them, and then they go ahead for commit the atrocities them. I remember I say this Summer Thomas, he can record this video live for Chris Anu TV years after Rebecca Tinsley. He be advised them say, if we now want the sympathy of the international community, And if una want the attention of the international community for una cause, do not be seen as the party committing atrocities. You have to go to equity with clean hands. Rebecca Tinsley advised them, come on, go. They can't talk, say, no, make we go kill pregnant women. Them. That's how the international community it go give we attention. So they not ever learn. They take the opposite action from the advice where they give them. Now, this time around, this same Sama Thomas talking on this same Ayabacho, Chris Anu, his so-called Facebook page or TV, or how they call him. This same Sama Thomas, he can't talk this one now. It threaten the United Nations workers inside Cameroon. When I listen, Master, I can now receipts and evidence no.
Any idiot where they run around Southern Cameroon say the UN official. Now an insult and a slap on the face of the Southern Cameroon people. They are the cause of the problem. And that problem was caused in New York. They should go back to New York. They handle the situation there and make corrections. When they finish those corrections, they can now come on the ground in Southern Cameroon to say, we are sorry and we've corrected that mistake. But running around that they are the Southern Cameroons for humanitarian mission, a humanitarian crisis, which is caused in Southern Cameroon by themselves to begin with, and they are not even stopping it. They are sending people to come and be given food or whatsoever is an insult. Any member of the United Nations running around the Southern Cameroons under the canopy of the UN should be killed. And no need for the sugarcoat this statement again. Anybody running around the Southern Cameroons now under the UN flag should be killed. Show him no mercy, for it's the cause of the problem that is going on.
So when I don't hear the advice where Rebecca Tinsley, give Chris Anu, and when I don't hear years after, wait for the same Chris Anu, your Facebook page, Sama Thomas can't talk him. Wait themselves they talk him. They attack the United Nations because they be frustrated. Because they don't try all things according to them, it no work. Now because of frustration, they turn now the same they attack the United Nations instead. So I still bring one of the video for Pa Philemon Young. I still come with that one. So make I just wrap up for analyze this video for Rebecca Tinsley. It talk now say, no be na the business of the international community for decide wait the way they happen for Cameroon. Whether when I want arrange federation, devolution, secessionism, or whatever, no be na the business of the international community. Because it tells Chris Anu say, focus on the future, focus on human rights violations. Chris Anu say, the problem with that, now say, the international community will talk, say, we'll go make amends, we'll do some appeasement deal between Cameroon government and them, so that they will remain as one country. Rebecca Tinsley say, whether that happen or not happen, what is that going to do with the United Nations? How is that the business of the British, the Americans, or whatever? I make when I understand, say, the work where we do it bear results, it yield fruits. Remember in the past, for 2018, when they talk about violence on both sides, the Amba terrorists, they be vexed. Say, no, there is no violence on both sides, there is violence on one side, because they be want for portray and for project that miscommunication or for fool the international community, saying now on the one side they commit atrocities, or now on the one side they produce violence. But themselves, they don't can produce the evidence with their kidnapping for ransoms, with the public executions, them, with their own words on video. Say no, as a matter of fact, violence, it become more than 80% of the violence in the Anglophone zone against civilians today, for 2024, now the Amba terrorists they commit them. Now the results, now information that from the international community. Capo Danego can elaborate on that in a short while. So that's how much we don't defeat ambassador terrorism and contribute them. That is how much we don't defeat them. So now the international community need to even still talk about violence on both sides. They talk now violence against people, them like innocent civilians, them. Children must go to school. Okay. And for highlight that point, I get more evidence to put them on the screen for now. So if you now pay attention on the screen for a few seconds, when I go see this information right there on the screen. Now, when it comes to this thing about back to school, look at the people the way the Amba terrorists they fight against. They fight against the apostolic nuncio for Cameroon, when Pope Francis is representative inside Cameroon. Look at the Mr. Volker Turk, when the United Nations Commissioner for Human Rights, he be there for Cameroon last month for August, and he put out a public statement. I go come read the public statement for now. Now the people in this way, the Amba terrorists they fight against. Look at the American ambassador for Yaoundé. By the way, the person we there for a corner. Now Minister Felix Mbayu that we is there next to the ambassador for Yaoundé. The statement where the ambassador for Yaoundé where he put them out. When I remember that statement, no, now the statement this way there on the screen. It talks that schools are sanctuaries for learning and children must not be prevented from attending classes. Now, what is that way? The American government it talk regarding schools and Ambazona terrorists, they know, say not only them, they stop picking them, may they not go for school. And the clergy, look at what way Archbishop in Kia Itokam, children must go to school. Now, make we look at what way Volker Turk Ibitokam. Now in that, and I picture that on the 7th of August 2024 for Yaoundé, Volker Turk, when the Human Rights Commissioner, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. And remember, I said the United Nations recognize a humanitarian situation for Cameroon. That's all. They don't recognize that there is a war going on. They don't recognize anything else. They just recognize a human rights a situation where they happen in the northwest and the southwest region of Cameroon and in the far north with regards to Boko Haram. When I understand that reality, my contribute. So now what did this way Volker talk about them on the 7th of August 2024? He write them down on the United Nations, their website. When I go read them a day for day, it talks in the northwest and the southwest regions, what began as peaceful protests in 2016 has turned into a major crisis for the civilian population, with clashes between separatist groups, other armed groups, and security forces, including the military, leaving thousands killed, hundreds of thousands displaced, and the denial of the right to education to more than 700,000 children. Reports continue to emerge of human rights violations and abuses, including unlawful killings, ill treatment and torture, kidnappings for ransom, and restrictions on freedom of movement, the imposition of lockdown days by separatist groups, preventing children from going to school, people from accessing their livelihoods at the risk of being shot. This is unacceptable and should be roundly condemned. So that one at 7th of August 2024, where the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, he came down on the ground inside Cameroon and he leave this assessment, this statement, public statement, appreciation of the situation on the ground inside Cameroon. And what the Amba terrorists they do, 2 weeks later, they declare 1 month lockdown for prevent picking them in the no-go school. Another situation that in the Anglophone zone. Now the pictures in that side by side. What way they happen for Northwest, where Cameroon military they escort picking them for go for school, and what way they happen with Ambazona terrorism, where they can't shoot picking them for school, kill them. That is it. So Anglophones them, Ambazona terrorists, they don't get the ability for learn. They just don't. Wonderfully international idiots. They don't have the ability for learn. Now, if you go back for which way Rebecca Tinsley talk, make I not forget this particular point. Rebecca Tinsley talk, or Chris Anu talk something about the root causes. Rebecca Tinsley corrected right there and they say, nah, lie. Nobody, no, they talk about the root causes of nothing. No one has ever said that. No one. It talks say that's not what the international community is saying. And even if they will talk, no one will ever go back for go revisit the so-called root causes. No one. It not go happen. So it's not just Rebecca Tinsley. It is, look at the people the Amba terrorists are fighting against. Look at them. Now them that. Okay. Now people the Amba terrorists they are fighting against the Pope, the clergy, the United Nations, the American government. Now the people in that way, the Amba terrorists are fighting against. And then the things, when I think say they go win, not chance in hell. And now why that way, Tibon Nagy, ABB Force will put this tweet. Last month, August the 20th, 1 month never reached. Talk say the United Nations Resolution 1608 is a false god. It no go ever happen. But the Amba terrorists, they don't get the ability for learn. So now I go bring for you now the video where it come out from the United Nations, from the office of the president of the United Nations General Assembly. My country people them. And before I bring una that, make una understand, say, the resolution 1608, where the ambassador terrorists, they always hang their hat on, claim saying that you go give them independence. Okay? It will be signed, it will be debated, and it will be adopted at the General Assembly. Now, the same General Assembly today, where Okuman will be the president of the United Nations General Assembly. And for this speech, where he read them on the 10th of September 2024, 4 days ago, His Excellency Philemon Yang, former Prime Minister for Cameroon, he thanked the head of state, President Paul Biya, for giving you this honor, for take this high office, this position. My country people them.
15th of May 2022, we didn't have a Balangi here. With the civilian, they were talking no one Amba for Balangi. So we don't come for here because of security. We will go to some particular people. We give Balangi people, even to the least person, whether an innocent person. We give them 1 week. Say no money to go bush, no store to open inside Balangi. All man will stay inside house. He buy a chair, remember inside house. No man will travel. If any man travel inside bush or any man open his store, we go nakana you to no good for you. We don't come today with peacekeeping mission. All the youth there for Balangi, they join the attack we. So they jump one person or one general. Native, Giwun. So the Gidi one is so the message for all the people of Balangi. No store, we know what me open. 1 week, no store they open, no money go no farm. All money for inside, no money travel.
This is what ambassador terrorism is all about. Now, people in this way, they carry guns, they claim, say they come for liberate Anglophones. So when I don't hear that one for 2022, and the shit no Bible last week, but the talk, they've been a shit no Bible last week, call itself, say, General Transporter. The good news I could tell now say, now the Shumbudad on the on the top right-hand corner, Transporter, a bit like for wear that mask. We don't kill them, throw that body for public square for Bisek Junction for Kumba. Since so now the people that way they carry guns, they say they fight Anglophones. Anglophones, they don't reject them, and now they force them at the point of the gun. So I don't even need to say anything. Now that they threaten at the same Anglophones that they hold that gun themselves. No, not Cameroon military that way they put them for ground, so they threaten them. Now the same Anglophone civilian population where they buy the guns, get up picking them. Poetic justice. Now contribute them. So we're gonna no cry for Anglophones them. Now we buy the guns, give them. Now we deserve exactly what way they give we now. My country people then.
With and be around with. There is stressing. When the tension we say more in tank tank. With this kind of thing, go find what you have for inside Cambe. When I know saying Cambe being at the first region for Northwest, where they get all kind of military, and then get all rebels and where they go hire them for Nigeria. We wanna know they go hire Akuda for Nigeria for finally. But we will not get weapons. We beg when I say I beg, we will not support weapons. We in tank Cambe, broke Cambe, mean Cambe be done. Me when I begin the year history because the boy didn't get hacked for 5, but they don't get weapons. They don't get who they support them. No man nobody ever support them, even for injury. Since I was started struggle, now we the sponsor ourselves. So it don't make some of them they feel discouraged. And as long as when the internet government and they deliver give you weapons, that means say boys and when they make them boys and start to feel discouraged, they go start they change, they do bad work way no fine. Once see me, yes, a boy then go don't go join you. Boy then don't start be betrayed because of what they don't over resist, they don't get means, they don't over resist, so they don't get means, so we no fine. So with the back internet government say, Muna try solve this problem with the worry. Try make me any country get the internet government where they sponsor me any country no say me anybody no say internet government know you because boys and don't they tire say internet government don't know them and then I so boy they talk say internet government don't know longer so it be true say office for Amba you don't can end up for boy that thing what we ask because people for boy they can't worry we for you so we be now so we find two enemy for the fight boys they fight caliber be very strong it be difficult. So we need weapons because we be ready to fight the caliber them. As long as we delay, this thing is long, picking they develop some kind of thing for the headway no fight. You want we come, you hear some group, then they from Mr. J, then they decide from Bino, where you no be Amba, and they go spoil thing and they in the name of Amba. It be so when I would feed discourage in Amba will not be Amba. When you hear some borrow and don't organize themselves, go they stand say they be Amba, they take thing, they will not be Amba. Boys then they for when I look all this population say even for feed them with the feeding our waiting. Not getting where we feed them with that. Not to talk of sponsor them to weapons to injury or who or whatsoever. So internet government with the beg when I say we'll be ready for fight. Move na support weapons. Move in tank cambe, tank, drone cambe into dust. Yeah. Oha.
Una good morning, a motorcycle bike this. There's some boy that come from Damocon Street yesterday, around 5 p.m. for evening. As they come, they say that petrol finish for the bike, so they just abandon the bike, seize another one, go there, 6 boy there with their gun there. So now the bike this we will send them all over. Sometimes our brother they was on side way the season from me. May find way come from Damocon Street for Bafula Junction. Can't take them if possible. May come as soon as possible. So we will send them for all radio has them say so our brother a bike the way the run season can't live over here.
Today na second day for Monday, Ghost Town Day for this new month for September. As we be done put out warning, say the danger where our population then be faced for ground zero, it be real. When the see report where the commodity come from Boya, all this one are activities for genuine Ambazonian fighters. Fight at the way they carry Ambazonian flag, where they don't kill our own people them from the images all they see. And the Ambazonian fighters have intention to carry out activity that are meant to rain terror on our people, to influence them so that they don't go out and obey or force them to stay at home for lockdowns that have been declared by several groups for several days. So these are pictures that are coming out from Boya, my 16 in Boya. The part of the mountain lions were out there. They burned one taxi. You see the images, the taxi was burned. One other bike man was killed on his bike. Based on our information that are coming in from people within the camps there, they said that they were disobeying lockdown that have been declared. The lockdown that starts today. So it is not because they burned the taxi because the taxi have a yellow color, because they were disobeying ghost town and lockdown that have been declared with the intention to cripple or sabotage the school resumption. Also in Bamenda, we have seen pictures that are coming from Batu. It happens, according to information from Batu, it happens at 3 a.m. in the morning where the ADF carried out an ambush executing people that were walking on bike that they have disobeyed their lockdown which they have declared. These are crimes against our people. These are crimes against humanity. Using lethal force, inappropriate use of force, disproportionate use of force against our civilians that are deliberate to cause the death of people in order to frighten people is a use of terror. These are extremism. These are extremist actions that are not acceptable, and we must all condemn them. Our people, when we started the school boycott, It was declared by elected members of the consortium that represented CACTU, which was the teachers' organization. Our people were not under any threat to obey the school boycott. Students themselves helped to enforce the school boycott. They burned down their own schools. They refused to go to school. It was a voluntary thing. Today, extreme groups or groups that have been derailed are using extreme measures against our own people. They no longer represent a collective will. They are not speaking for the educational sector. They are using the threat of death and have actually made good of their threat by killing innocent Ambazonian civilians with a disproportionate use of force. These are war crimes. Those who are responsible or those who encourages such activities in the name of our people, in my name, in the name of everybody who is an Anglophone, should be reprimanded, and we are going to call on the international community to take positive action to make sure that the perpetrator of such crime against our own people are brought to justice.